Hello, my people. How una dey? See, guys, Senator Smart Adeyimi of Kogi State, he don't run to court. He don't go beg judiciary to save him. After Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello, he don't do awuruwuru for Kogi State Governorship APC primary election. They don't do awuruwuru and he don't run to court and say court should save him. And don't forget, after the outcome of presidential election, this same man, this is Senator Smart Adeyimi, he told Nigeria, he say anyone that is not certified with the outcome of the presidential election, the person should go to court. Now, the same cup this man used to measure for order is drinking for the same cup right now. Now we hear him when he was explaining waiting Yahaya Bello do in Kogi State APC governorship primary election. Guys, listen.
Well, I am here to file my petition on the Federal High Court. Let me thank you for your time, for granting this audience that we should speak as part of your social and professional responsibility. Professional in sense of reporting, social responsibility because issues that will emanate from this petition. I'm sure you are aware we had the governorship primaries, which was advertised, and we bought the form and we went into the race. I will endeavor to cut my story very short. We all went around to carry out the normal campaigns. 7 of us. As a matter of fact, I think 17 or 18 people, 18 got the form. But the powers that be in Kogi State asked some people to step down. For whatever reasons, it's best known to the governor of the state who asked some of them, purportedly claiming that they voluntarily withdrew their candidature. I will let you know that as I stand here, I'm the only one from Kogi West that is still in the race, that is still pursuing this matter. The others have been submerged, they have been compelled, and they withdrew from the race. But I, from Kogi West, I hold a strong view that I should continue to fight, not just because I'm in the race, but to fight on for the survival of democracy. It was a mockery, a rape of democracy. It was a betrayal of those who laid down their lives for the enthronement of democracy in Nigeria. It was satanic, it was unbiblical, it was un-Islamic. For people to be told to contest election, and you bought the form, you went around, you campaigned, only for some people to sit at their comfort rooms and offices and came out with concocted results without any election. If we were rigged, we will assume, we say, okay, we were rigged. But where election never took place, that is a criminal offense. It is unconstitutional, it is immoral, it is unbiblical, it is satanic for people not to vote and you have allotted figures to them. As I stand here, 7 of us contested this election eventually. 5 of us are courageous enough to say we are pursuing this case to its logical conclusion by coming to the court of law. In essence, the 5 of us are of the opinion that since there was no election, APC cannot feed any candidate. And I want to believe that we have judges of honor, of integrity, who will look at this case dispassionately. I'm not equally in doubt of the fact that the chairman of INEC is a God-fearing man. He has just finished the 30 days Ramadan fasting. He will look at this issue dispassionately. If there was election and we were rigged, we will say we were rigged. But there was no election. And somebody, it's a new phenomenon of satanic thing of election malpractices, for election not to be conducted and somebody to write results, don't forget that there was a judgment of one of the judges here against Kogi State APC, where it was said that it was the perpetuated fraudulent act in the composition and their claim of indirect, indirect work congresses. So it is not a new thing what we are saying. We are here to pursue this case, and I can tell you the struggle for sanity, the struggle to ensure that the right thing was done is just gathering momentum. We are just starting, and I am a marathon runner.
So what do you want
the
court to do?
We want the court to look at this issue and verify the document before them. We have submitted both documents and visuals. And the good thing is, a national television station went around in the course of the election and reported that there was no election on their network service. That was the NTA. Apart from the NTA, there are quite a number of media organizations that equally reported that there was no election. Now, I do not see how democracy can survive when the people are not allowed to choose their leaders. Now, let me now go to the other aspect of my petition, which is before the National Working Committee of the APC and all relevant agencies. I represent Kogi West. Since the creation of the state, we have not produced a governor for my central district. It might interest you to know that the first primary school in northern Nigeria was constructed in my central district. In essence, we grew up with education. Our grandparents grew up with education. We are a civilized people in Kogi West. We are educated people. So we don't lack people. It's just that we are men of honor and men of intelligence, men of humility. We will not allow this to continue, but because Kogi West, we have not been enslaved before, and we have not been conquered. Now, my appeal is to the judiciary to do the right thing and look at this issue dispassionately. My appeal is for INEC to be courageous enough and speak the truth. And my appeal again goes to the northern leaders, because Kogi is part of the northern region. It was in the wisdom of the governors of the northern states that made the presidency to be zoned to the south. You remember in the APC, the northern governors came together and said, for fairness, that the presidency should go to the south. I hereby call on the incoming president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, one of those who fought for the emergence of democracy in Nigeria, and his enterprising, highly cerebral incoming vice president, Kashim Shettima, and indeed President Muhammadu Buhari, who, and his vice president, Professor Oshibajo. Buhari would have, if he wanted to be parochial, he would have done everything possible to impose Atiku Abubakar, being a northerner, being a person that shared the same sentiment of tribe with him. But Buhari didn't do that. He allowed the will of the people to prevail. So I'm calling on President Muhammadu Buhari. I'm calling on the president, the leaders of the northern leaders, the Arewa Consultative Forum. Are we not part of the North? Is Kogi West not part of the North? Why will you subject us to slavery? During Sadauna, my people were not enslaved. We were one of the foremost people in the governance of the northern region. Go and check your records. Chief Sunday Awoni, our revered father, who was a senator, who I now today stand in the shoe he occupied decades ago, he was the principal private secretary to Sadauna. Chief Awoni was a Christian, a Yoruba man from Kogi, but Sadauna appointed him as his principal private secretary. In those days, we say one North, one Nigeria. Can you say one North today? When some people are so parochial, the governor supported Usman Ododo, who is from the same ward with him, is from the same polling unit, is of the same local government, they are of the same tribe. And above all, he's his first cousin. If you allow that to happen, that is worse than having the military government. Why will a governor bring his cousin of the same ward, the same polling unit, the same tribe, in a state like Kogi? Above all, the last election, this presidential election, was an eye-opener. How? The introduction of the beavers, which complemented the process of voting, exposed the inadequacies and corruption embedded in the voting procedures in Nigeria. How? At the end of the voting, my central district came second, Kogi East came first, Yahaya Doza Central District, that is Kogi Central, they came third with a wide margin of about 30,000 between us and them, who came second, and East about 30,000 ahead of West. So cumulatively, Yahaya Doza is coming from a central district that is the least in terms of electoral strength. So why will you impose a candidate on the people? We have never been governor before. Does it make sense that there's no sense of fairness? There cannot be peace in this country if there's no fairness. What you don't want somebody to do to you, don't do it to somebody else. If you want Nigeria to be united, if you want us to live at peace, and you want the peace and prosperity of this nation, then you must champion fairness, justice, and equity. Where it is lacking, there will be anarchy. This, we have decided not to go the left side. We have decided to come to the court of law to tell Nigerians that we are not political orphans because we belong to a political bloc in Nigeria. The northern governors must rise to this occasion. The Arewa Consultative Forum, they must rise. If they leave us alone and they allow people to submerge us, Kogi West will look for how to survive. We will not allow our tribe, our central district to be oppressed. We have never been conquered as a people before. We are highly educated people, highly enterprising people. Whoever wants peace of Nigeria must champion fairness, justice, and equity. Thank you, sir. Just a minute, whenever the history of this dispensation will be written, the northern governors will be appreciated because they took a courage. They were courageous to come out to say the presidency should be zoned to the southern Nigeria. That explains why we have the best man coming for the job.